The employees here at Ron's One Stop, a local convenience store here in Marion, Illinois, called the Marion Police Department around 1:30 this morning when a man came into their store claiming that he had been abducted. These buildings that you see behind me and this entire area is about to undergo a massive revitalization program. Motzinger says that there are more women pumping iron in his gym. In fact, Andrea is the second woman from his gym to compete in the World Championship. By last night's fatal accident, many from the town are in a state of shock. Today, there are a lot of people out here. Out here in Heron, there is so much to do. That's why the crowd is gathered. On Murray's North End, there's a special delivery making its way around town, but it's a package that's not always welcome.
I was leaving to go to work, and I opened my door, and it was laying on my front step.
We'll call this person Pat, for safety reasons, leaving the identity confidential. What Pat found on the doorstep? A pornographic video.
Kind of scared me. Somebody been on my front step while I was sleeping at night.
Pat took the tape to police along with 15 other people who received different copies over the past 2 months.
There's been no kind of acts of violence or threats or anything like that. Matter of fact, the tapes have been, best that we can figure, have been thrown out randomly.
Investigators say whoever distributed those tapes may have done so in protest to 2 proposed county ordinances, one which will regulate adult entertainment establishments, the other which will prohibit public nudity.
They need to take precautions just like anyone, anyone needs to.
McHouston says no matter the intentions of these deliveries, everyone should protect themselves, staying safe until this case is closed. In Murray, Heather Higdon, NewsChannel 6. Well, Amy, right now investigators are actually still examining evidence for this case, but if you'll take a look over my shoulder at these railroad tracks in Gorham, these are the exact same tracks that actually run through the backyard of George Morber's home. And that was a glaring clue to investigators that Rafael Resendez Ramirez got off of those tracks on the day of the double homicide. And now, as the suspect remains on the loose, the victim's family members want him caught.
My family, but our entire community has just been stunned by this senseless act, and everyone is scared. They're on edge, and I think they will be until this Ramirez is caught.
Family members of victims now know a name and see the face of the suspect investigators believe murdered 80-year-old George Morber and his 52-year-old daughter, Carolyn Frederick, here at Morber's house. Rafael Resendez Ramirez, who is now suspected for 6 murders in Texas and Lexington, Kentucky, now 2 more in southern Illinois.
A positive fingerprint match was made by examiners at the Illinois Crime Laboratory with that of Rafael Resendez Ramirez, taken from one of the crime scenes.
He should be considered armed and extremely dangerous due to prior firearm convictions and use of sharp objects and blunt instruments during the commission of crimes.
Today, the FBI placed Resendez Ramirez on their 10 most wanted list. Jackson County State's Attorney Mike Websick issued a warrant for the arrest, but investigators say he could be anywhere, using the railroad as a temporary home between murders.
I don't think we can count on anything with this gentleman. I think the circumstances of each individual case dictate to him what he is going to do.
I would just ask anyone, anywhere, that's got information that might help to contact their local police officers and, help us put this guy out of business before he hurts someone else.
For Linda Barefoot, this baseball game is a hit, win or lose. 8 years ago, she wasn't sure if she would be here today to see her son Roger play shortstop.
When we are diagnosed with cancer, we really don't know whether we're going to make it or not.
But after 6 months of chemotherapy and 28 radiation treatments, Linda beat breast cancer. Now she's helping others to win through a group called Southern Illinois Cancer Survivors.
Our aim is to reach as many cancer patients as we can that really needs help in any shape, way, or form, whether it's either spiritual, with their emotions, treatment.
Linda says she just organized Southern Illinois Cancer Survivors only 4 months ago, and the organization is in desperate need of funding. So a group here in Marion is rehearsing to help out.
We're hoping to raise at least $5,000
Members of the South Region JCs are preparing for their benefit show, practicing a 1940s-style musical. All of the money raised will go to the Southern Illinois cancer survivors.
We wanted the money to go to the area, keep it within the community, and help out a lot of people in the area. We didn't want the money to go out of the area.
Let's go, Jared, bring it hard.
And Linda says there are plenty of folks in Southern Illinois who need help.
I work at a cancer center where I see the need is so great. We have patients now that really could use some help. And I think these funds will really help a lot of cancer patients.
Because she says no one should be left out of the game of life. In Murfreesboro, Heather Higdon, NewsChannel 6. For Hope Jennings, Lakeview Cemetery is more than a burial site.
Archer Jones.
It's a reflection of who he is. 7 generations of his family are buried here.
Just yesterday I was out here teaching my son where our grave plots are at, and he must know that. He asked me the same question, Dad, why are you teaching me this? I'm only 12 years old. I told him it's something you have to know.
Jennings is one of a handful of volunteers who spends time here repairing damage.
My dad's grave was destroyed, and they messed it up pretty good.
A herd of hogs ran through his father's site, one of many problems. Some tombstones here have been stolen, others destroyed, and many are hidden, buried under weeds. But there's no money to hire cemetery staff, and few volunteers willing to work.
You know, they're busy.
Stories of vandalism and overgrown grave sites have been hidden for years, but now folks from all across the state are speaking out about the problem.
I should also mention that Mr. Gray, that this is
gathering today in Marion with the attention of the state comptroller.
We were surprised at some of the stories that we heard.
Daniel Hines got an earful from Jennings and others who painted a bleak picture of Southern Illinois cemeteries. Hines is traveling the state until November, putting together legislation to help fund a solution.
We have no idea who that individual is.
Jennings says something must be done.
They worked hard all their lives to take care of us and make our lives better. That's the least we can do.
To resurrect memories from these sites before they are forgotten. In Carrier Mills, Heather Higdon, NewsChannel 6.
Ron, this expansion will have a major impact on employment in Southern Illinois. Already today, folks were lined up to fill out job applications, trying to seize opportunity.
Jonah Johnson sits among several applicants, carefully filling out his paperwork. After 3 months of searching, he's had no luck finding a job.
Oh, yes. It really is. It's really hard. You try to find one job, they put you on a hold for the longest, and you never get a call back. Very, very hard.
Others echo his concern, hoping their luck changes here. APAC Customer Services.
I think long-term, we're looking at staffing from more than Williams County. We're looking at neighboring counties that we draw from already.
Daryl McDaniel says one reason the Iowa-based company selected Southern Illinois to expand services is the high unemployment level, which is consistently higher than the rest of the state.
Well, anytime that we can gain more employment for Southern Illinois, we're always happy.
Economists with the Illinois Department of Employment Services say as existing businesses expand, like APEC, and new business comes to town, the trend is changing.
If the trend keeps going as it is currently, I would say that within the next 3 years, the labor market, even in Southern Illinois, is going to tighten up severely.
That's good news for job hunters like Jonah.
I hope I get a job.
Managers say that now is the time to apply. During the remainder of July and throughout August, they plan on filling those positions. Ron?
Heather, when you talk with them today, do they talk about any particular type of experience in the workers they're looking for?
Well, they're looking for all levels of experience and education. They have part-time, full-time, and management positions to fill.
For most students in the area, summer is here and the school year is coming to a close. All that's left of the past semester, a yearbook of memories. Well, today on Accent, we highlight some amazing students we've met who shared their stories with us. Students who inspire the mind, stories that warm the heart. And we'll take a look at what they're doing now and how important their influence is on us. All of that next on Accent.